My name is Charian Matthew. My parents used to work in a place called Ranchi in Bihar, and I was born in that place in the year 1967. And my dad and mom were very particular about our education. Even though they could not afford much, they decided to send me and my elder brother to one of the best schools in that place called St. Saviour's. Our primary education was in St. Saviour's, Ranchi. From there, since my dad could not afford much in terms of expenses, he decided to send me, my mother, and my elder brother back to Kerala. And we came down to Mallappally and we settled down in our family place there. As soon as we came down, my dad's elder brother, Philippos, who was a headmaster of a local school, recommended Sacred Heart School, Changanasheri, for our further education. My mom was very excited. She took us there and fortunately we got admitted in Sacred Heart. I got started in 5th standard in Sacred Heart. And I still remember Elikuti teacher as our class teacher when we got started. I did not know how to write Malayalam or speak Malayalam well, but over the next few years got some extra tuition from some teachers and slowly started picking up. Me and my brother studied in Sacred Heart until we completed our 10th grade. In my family, everyone gives a lot of importance to education, and the obvious choice at that time for my parents was Sacred Heart, because Sacred Heart was the school in the region at that point of time. All throughout my schooling, I was a day scholar, and we used to travel from Mallappally to Changanasheri every day. And I still remember the bus we used to take. The name of the bus was Madonna. Okay, and myself, my elder brother, Vijay Kayalat, my classmate, Bobby, my classmate, Joseph CM, Pradap, and a few others. We used to all travel together. It's approximately 14 kilometers from my place to Changanasheri. And before boarding the bus, I had to walk approximately 1.5 kilometers from my home to the bus stop. And it was fun, walking, traveling together, and coming to school and going back. It was the most memorable days of my life. Every day after returning from school, I would assist my mom in her course. I remember my mom rearing a few cows, sheep, chicken, and a lot of things to make sure that the boys were fed well and kept well. Myself and my brother, we used to assist her in everything. And I still remember those days we didn't have electricity at home. And my mom used to wake up early morning, 4 o'clock, and she would light the kerosene lamp. And she would wake up first, sit down, and then she would make us wake up and sit for studies. My mom was a very strict person who influenced my life in a very big way. She would make sure that we study and we perform well in our studies, in our exams. We had such a strict person at home who would make us focus in studies. And when we go to school, back in the school, it was the same routine. In fact, our principal father, O.J. Varghese, Nalatuil Lachan, I have fond memories of other teachers like Kurian sir and Illimudal sir and Hindi teacher, and also Emmanuel sir, who was our maths teacher. Now, as far as Father O.J. Varghese is concerned, he was a very strict administrator of the school. He was a disciplinarian. He would be on top of everything. He can't miss anything in the school. and he would ensure that every student is observed, the student's weakness is identified, and something is done to help the child to improve. Now, as far as Father Nalathuillachan is concerned, he was a very adorable father, a teacher, and obviously always very kind and loving to all the children in the school. Now, what I remember about Kurian sir is that he was a very strict teacher in class. He would teach, and it is very, very, very particular that you have to learn and come back. And he would check your progress by asking you questions, punishing you if you give wrong answers, and taking you for a task. All other teachers similarly strict in the aspect of studies. Studies was the foremost and the most important activity in the school, and there was no compromise on any aspect of study, which included various other activities in the school. Now, with regard to Emmanuel sir, what I remember is his ability to reach out to students. In fact, I was very poor in maths, and I started to like maths after Emmanuel sir started teaching us mathematics. So I have fond memories of the school. I have very good memory about the assembly which we used to participate every day. It was fun, everyone lining up in front of the school, and the national anthem, and then finally announcements, and those are great memories which I carry with me throughout my life. Now, if you look at the extra co-curricular activities, I could not participate in most of the activities because I was a day scholar. My activity after school would be going back home, talking to my friends, traveling together in a bus to reach home, and then walking back from the bus stop to my home. And everything in between was part of my co-curricular activities. I remember since I was always a day scholar, from 8th grade onwards, my mom decided to rent a house near the school, and we moved to that house to live there so that we could save a lot of time, and which we used to for travel, and then use that time for studies, because studies was high school was becoming more tougher and tougher, and the amount of subjects we need to study and the portions we need to study were very high. So we moved to Changanasheri. We started living very close to the school, and it helped me to participate in some of the activities after school hours. I used to go to the field and play football with my other classmates who used to come to play there. Most of them were from the hostel, and those are great memories. In 10th grade, I succeeded very well in scoring good marks, and I was following my elder brother who had joined St. Berkman's in Changanasheri. I also opted for, like him, I also opted for second group, biology, chemistry, physics, and other subjects. In fact, while I was going to the pre-degree classes, my best friend, my buddy was Joseph CM, and we used to travel together and go to school together. During those days, first time after leaving high school, I had this opportunity to have a little bit of freedom, free atmosphere in St. Berkman's College. And due to that, I had a bit of a drop in my focus in studies, and hence I suffered a bit in terms of scoring good marks for my pre-degree. And as a result of that, I also suffered in my entrance exam. I couldn't clear my entrance exam for medicine, and my mom and dad were thoroughly disappointed by the fact that I did not do well as good as my elder brother. Despite attempting for medicine entrance couple of times, I did not succeed. And then I had to change my line of education. Decided to go for law studies. And I did my entrance for law. We were the first entrance batch for law, and I got admitted in Ernakulam Law College in 1986 and studied there until I completed my law degree in 1991. My time in the law college was another memorable time period in my life. I experienced different kinds of things. I represented the college and participated in an all India NSS event in Wardha, and it was a very memorable experience. I visited Gandhi's ashram there in Wardha and attended the training and the camp. I also remember representing my college in the youth festival, college union festival, and participating in various activities there. The lifetime and the studies while I was in law college was exciting. It was very memorable. I had a lot of friends who were from various parts of Kerala. We all enjoyed the life, the studies, the activities, the outings, and various other events which made our life memorable. I remember my teachers in my law school. They were eminent professors, very famous teachers who had taught many legal personalities who later became judges, High Court judges and Supreme Court judges, and famous lawyers in Kerala and beyond. I also remember my best buddies from law college, Rajesh, Binoy, Charyakoya. Charyakoya is currently a judge in Lakshadweep. I also remember Bibi Agustin, who is now currently the legal head for South Indian Bank. I remember Sunil Kumar Siriak from Pala. We were all very close and very much united in everything we used to do during our law college career. It was exciting. It was very much a different life experience than what I had in Changnasheri, both in Sacred Heart and in St. Berkman's College. I got started in Procter & Gamble in the year 1991, and I worked in this company for about 4 years. I was responsible for launching 2 products in Kerala. One is called the Ariel washing powder, and the second one is Whisper sanitary napkins. Those days, Procter & Gamble had not entered into India, and it was planning to do so. And they had chosen a few test markets to test these 2 products. And I was responsible for launching these 2 products in Kerala. I remember traveling between Calicut to Trivandrum. Almost all the major cities and towns in between were covered. We did a house-to-house campaign for these 2 products, and we had a sample size of approximately 10,000 houses in every major city. And a team was created. They were trained, and we were doing sampling and demonstrations in these houses, in these places. This is where I learned the basic rudiments of selling. I learned how to be a capable salesperson. I learned how to be a capable marketing person.